You know, if you're a flat earther, don't bother running.
I don't know. I used to believe in evolution until I met Jim Inhofe.
You know, say there wasn't devolution too.
I'm embarrassed to say we're almost out of time, and we have not spoken about the wars. And so, if we may...
Well, you're the moderator.
I know, I'm not blaming
Whose
you,
fault
Bill.
is it, David?
I'm not blaming Bill. I said I'm
Jesus.
embarrassed. I said I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for myself, Bill.
All right, okay. Don't blame me.
So, yeah, with a show of hands, no. Let's take Iraq first. And again, this is bad.
I just want to, I'll start it off, okay? I'll save you time. Look,
Thank you.
We're not getting out of Iraq fast enough. Dennis Kucinich is right. We should have brought all the troops home day one, my opinion. And we're making a big mistake thinking we can win a war in Afghanistan.
Thank you.
That's all I got to say.
Well, this is... Did you notice the other... Oh, I'm sorry. Did you notice the other day...
What was the question?
That was it. Thank you.
The other day in the New York Times, it was reported that the government, the Obama administration, is they're trying to figure out the metrics. They love that word, the metrics for what victory in Afghanistan would look like. Now, we've been there for how many years now? 7 years, whatever. And they're trying to figure out what winning would look like.
I think the British tried to figure that out too.
How many people have
and
to
the Russians?
die before
Maybe you figure that out before you send 17,000 more troops.
Exactly. Do we have any business sending young Americans to die in a war where we can't even describe what winning looks like?
Well, this is another one of those issues that I'm real disappointed in Obama. He is a scholarly, try to say that, individual. He's very intelligent. Has he never heard of Alexander the Great? Has he never heard of the British? Has he never heard of the Soviet Union? Genghis Khan. This is where empires go to die, Afghanistan. And that's just history. When it comes to the idea of why we're there, I don't know why we are in Afghanistan. I know what the original bullshit reason was. Well, that's
but
where
they're not even there anymore. They're in Pakistan.
Right.
Not even,
but even that, to say that this is where the madrasas were, this is where militant Islam was developing Osama bin Laden, which is such a lie. I mean, Osama bin Laden has been a CIA operative for how many goddamn years? And it's just like, oh my God. So to see Barack Obama, to see the President of the United States committing more Americans to go die, more Afghan wedding parties to be blown to pieces, and I just keep thinking to myself, this is madness. It's madness. So as far as Iraq and Afghanistan, these are two scars on whatever's left of morality in this country.
Saddam Hussein used to work for the CIA too. Fat lot of good it did him.
And it's just madness. I mean, it's just absolute madness.
My fear is that we're seeing a repeat of 1964-65 with Lyndon Johnson in Vietnam.
Yep.
Because the parallels are absolutely spooky. I mean, literally spooky. Go back and read Johnson's speeches in 64 and 65. Read the floor debates on these on our police action in Vietnam. It is spooky. And if this and frankly, had Johnson never gone into Vietnam, I think he would have been remembered as one of our best presidents. He cut poverty in half in 4 years. He pushed through civil rights legislation that damaged his own party. He did the right thing. He was a noble man, and yet I was out in the streets, and being pepper gassed and protesting Lyndon Johnson's activities because of that war. And I have this horrible feeling that this is going to happen to Obama.
Yeah. Tom has come to the conclusion that I think this whole night has been about, and that is we should have elected Goldwater Miller in 1964. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But Afghanistan is going to be a lot worse than Vietnam. Vietnam, tiny little country, mostly flat. Yeah, they got a lot of trees, but the napalm took care of that. And there was north and there was south, and we were in the south and we were against the north. There's no north and south in Afghanistan. It's the whole country, and it's big. The Vietnamese, a gentle, kind people that don't really like the Afghanis. Their idea of good time is hanging school teachers by their ankles and cutting their faces off while they're still alive. I mean, these are people who are they're down for the fight. You know, they know all these mountain.
The other thing is, if you hear, whenever President Obama talks about Afghanistan, he never talks about Afghanistan without talking about Pakistan as well. You know, and so this is really a mess.
So this is like going into Vietnam if Cambodia had the nuclear bomb.
Right. So
I maintain that if we want to bring this military adventurism, to use a favorite Soviet term, to an end, military adventurism, if we want to defund the military-industrial complex that eats up so much of whatever wealth we've got left, the answer is for all of us parents to inculcate into our children at a young age, you will not join the military. You simply will not. And there is no reason, I've said this on the program, we don't need a military. We have 7,000 nuclear warheads, which is about 10 times more than we need to fight anybody except an invasion from goddamn Arcturus or something. So there is no need any longer. Mutual assured destruction, all those years, 50 years of the Soviet Union and United States proved that the two antagonists could never go to war. They could do these little proxy wars, but the two antagonists could never go to war. North Korea, Pakistan, Israel, whoever has a nuclear bomb, this is so much horseshit because we have all these weapons. So to continue these expenditures in the military in the United States it's an obscenity. It's a stain against humanity to keep doing this. So we've got to tell our kids, you do not join the military. If there's no army, if there's no fighting force, I'm not talking about a National Guard. Don't misunderstand. Having a National Guard that takes care of emergencies here at home is one thing. But what are we in, 120 countries, Tom, that we have a military presence? What the WTF? What is that about? 100, that's Rome. And like Rome, our asses are doomed if we don't wise up to this.
Our military budget is virtually the amount of money that the rest of the world spends on theirs.
Isn't it 60% of every dime spent is spent on weaponry?
Yeah, and
if you include
tax money.
We can't afford health care.
And we can't afford health care.
Yeah.
And we do, and you're right, Ron, we spend more, one nation, than the total defense budgets of all of the nations on Earth combined. Tell me that makes any sense.
Yeah, and a lot of those people are our allies.
Well, that's what, and another thing, that's what these boots.
If we were at a right-wing town hall, we'd all start going, USA! USA!
That's what these boots are about. If y'all wonder, there's an organization here in Seattle called Women Standing, and it's a peace organization. That's why those boots are there. As a reminder that, in figuratively speaking, somebody used to wear those boots, and that person is now dead. And why? God damn, why? I mean, why do we have 5,000 dead Americans from Iraq and Afghanistan? Why? Why do we have 2 million dead Iraqis and Afghans? Why? If somebody would just ask why and get an answer. And there isn't any. There's no answer. Jesus. I'm sorry, I lost my goddamn mind there for a minute.
No, I think that's...
But it was good.
That's a perfect place to end, Mike. Thank you for that. And help me thank them all.
Thank you all. Yeah. It was fun.
And if you give them a few minutes to rest up, they're going to meet you in the lobby for autographs and photographs if you can. So in about 15 minutes out in the lobby, and they'll take care of it, and they'll all be out there momentarily after that. Thank you.